Hello friends, welcome again at www.way2testing.com, and my name is Chandan. And as I told you previously that I will cover the page object model in the second tutorial by PageFactory. So this is the second tutorial of the page object model. In my first tutorial I have told you how to create the page object model using the normal approach, and the code is present on my website here. I have written the complete code what I have done yesterday. Now I will cover same scenario using the PageFactory object. How it will be done? Let's see by some example. I will do the same operation but using the page object model, using the PageFactory. So what was my scenario? I have to go to the WordPress login page. Then I have to I have to enter the value in the username and password. And again, if you have not seen my previous tutorial of page object model, please have a look. Otherwise, it will be very difficult to understand this tutorial. So let's move on the Eclipse and create a class. I will say it as log new class. I will give it name as log, means login page, and here I will define my WebDriver as a global. Yes, I have to import it. Now I will use the find by annotation. Find by annotation and like find by, and I will give the x path is equal to some value, and after that you can give the web element name like web element. I am doing it for username, so I will type here username. You have to import the web element, also the find by, and I will get that username from here. Firebug, and I will copy the XPath, and I will write it here. Again I will do same for my password field, so I will write find by, and you can do one more thing. You can use the how keyword. H will be capital how dot. It will give you suggestion, not giving because I have doing something wrong. Dot, yeah. You can take the class name, CSS, ID, link, different things are available here. You can choose whatever you want to prefer. Then again XPath. Oh sorry, you have to do how XPath comma using. It is a pattern is equal to this, and you have to describe the web element name. I am saying it as a password this, and I will get the path of my password field, copy XPath, and I will do it here. Now add the red find by annotation, and I will write it here for XPath is equal to some value web element. I will say it the login button, web element login, sorry no gap, login button, and I will give the XPath of my this login button. So I have done the basic thing. I have find my all the elements. Now I will create the method for these are elements. So first of all I will create constructor of this class, so that when the object will be created of this class, constructor will be called, and I will pass the value web driver and this dot driver, So whatever the value will be passed in the object, the constructor will assign with that value and the global variable too. If you have not seen my this tutorial, please have a look on it. It is also available on the same channel. And after that, I will create the method as I told you for each element, so that I can access that element by calling this method from my main class. And I will give it enter username, keep the method name so much suitable so that it will be easy to find, and it will be string, so I will take the string uname, and here I will give the user name, what was my web element username dot send keys, and I will enter this name. So whenever I will call this method, I have to pass this string. This string will be passed here, and the username in the web element username, this value will be inserted. Now again I will do the same thing for my password. Here enter, I will say enter password. It is just a name. You can go with your own preferred name, but it is a very good practice if you are giving the name very similar to the web element, so it will be easy to understand what is going on actually. Password dot send keys, and I will give it name as pwd. Now I will create again a method which will be public void click login button, and simply login button dot click. So for each element of my page, I have located these all elements by find by annotation, and after that what I have done, I have created the separate method for each element. Whenever I require anything, I will just call this method. So now I will create my execution class. So let a create a class, and I will give it name as log test, and it will also have the main method, so I will check it here. Now I have to create web driver. I have to import it. Now I will open my Firefox. As you know, driver dot is equal to new Firefox driver. This will open my new Firefox browser. There is some error driver because it is inside the static method, so we have to define this as a static. The error will gone. Now I have to get URL driver dot get URL http iamchandan.com wordpress -admin. I have got my URL. Now I will maximize my window so it will be easy to see what is actually going on. Dot maximize. Now I will create the object of my object class. I will give it name as log object is equal to. Now you have to use the PageFactory method, which is PageFactory. Just write it here, press the dot, it will say you to the initiate elements. Choose this one, so you can initiate, your elements will be initiated. You just need to do one thing more. You have to write it here, log dot class. Your element has been initiated. Now using this object you can access different methods. like enter username, it was here, and I will give it username at cc chauhan 707. Similarly, by this object I will say enter password, which is here, and I will write a wrong password, and here I will again object dot click login button, which is here. So what I have done, I have just created a class for my this login page and defined each element inside a method, and after that I have created again a second class where I have initiated my all the element of this log class, and after that I have entered the value and access the method. So whatever when I have accessed this method will be called here as a username, and it will send this value which is cchauhan707 inside this web element username, and the username this element has been defined by this XPath. So this is the flow how the program will work. Let me run this code. It is a very easy and not difficult task. Just I am doing locating all the elements inside a class and methods and accessing it from the another class. Let's run this one. This is saying that in this program there will be an error while logging because I have entered a wrong password, not a right password. And these all details also available on my website, which is way2testing.com. Go to there. Enough material will be available. Okay. So thanks for watching. In my tomorrow's session, I will cover the data-driven framework, which is much more useful for someone who is working on the Selenium. I will describe these all three frameworks: data-driven, keyword, and hybrid.